credits from what's his face. Oh, hey everybody, we're live. And later today, if you're watching, we'll have a FERF. The fans will be joining us in a little while to ask their
Nice.
questions and participate. It's very exciting.
Um,
Yeah.
you're smoking a Davidoff late hour
Yes, I am smoking a
in,
late
in
hour.
in in mild tribute
Yes.
to the fact that I was at a Davidoff. Hang on, let me just clear the screen. That's better.
I'm what?
I
Yeah.
was at a Davidoff, very nice private dinner
Yes, you were.
a couple of
I saw.
nights ago. That was at a very respected chef's restaurant who is no longer, I don't believe he's active. I think he's retired to Switzerland, Anton Mosiman in Belgravia.
Ooh,
Now, if you live in the UK, you would know him as one of the original hosts of MasterChef in the 80s
really?
and
Wow.
90s. Yeah.
Wow. The 80s and 90s, they really, Davidoff went to no
Yeah.
expense to get the
The
old guy.
1980s, I meant. The
1980s,
1980s. The
yeah, just double
1980s.
checking.
Right. And so I'm kind of a little bit scene setting for you.
Mm,
This restaurant is in the heart of Belgravia. It's built in an old sort of church. It
okay.
has a very crypt-like, and there's well, there could have been a crypt there, but it's a very nice. It's a very weird location. It's a church, but either side is residences. And so it feels like townhouses, townhouse, church, townhouse. And this
Right, right.
church is a restaurant, but it's really beautiful. It's much bigger inside than you would imagine.
Okay.
And I didn't realize that Davidoff have their own private function room there, which is Davidoff branded. They've got Davidoff humidor there and an
Excuse me.
external
This is in a
terrace.
church. In a church, they have their own private thing. I like that. I'm going to go
Well,
to
I
that
don't know
church.
how. I honestly, I'm still getting my head around the space there.
Okay.
Um,
You know, it's the final
and
frontier.
and also this space, this particular restaurant wasn't packed or anything that, and it's a little bit long in the tooth, in the
Okay.
sense that I think the older crowd go there. I don't think it's very
Mm,
fashionable with the younger crowd. I think it was a Michelin or double Michelin star restaurant in its time, maybe still is actually. Food
right.
was quite good, um, but I didn't see this, but one of the guests that came in to join us, there was only 9 of us altogether,
Right,
said
right.
that Michael Caine and his wife were sitting downstairs having dinner.
Oh, very nice.
Or
I'll,
Sir Michael Caine.
let
So
me,
it's
let me
that
just pick
kind of
that up for
place,
you.
you know.
Let me pick that up
It's
for
that
you.
kind of
Yeah, yeah.
place. It's
Okay.
that kind
Very
of place.
nice. Well,
And that
because of your, go ahead.
sorry, I will now go on silent because what happens is I'm sitting pretty. The moment the program starts, ting, 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 ting,
Yeah.
messages start.
But
Anyway,
just
so
because of your Davidoff
mhm,
event, I'm smoking today the Davidoff late night
late
because
hour, the late hour.
late night, late hour. Listen, they don't send me shit.
I like the
Anyway,
fact that you've single-handedly rebranded that cigar on a few occasions.
always.
It's the late evening, sometimes it is the late night.
Yeah.
I think that cigar holds a dear place in your heart because you like to give it nicknames.
Mm.
And
And
that is
sometimes
an
I call
indication.
sometimes I call it Lady of the Evening. And there you
Very
go.
good. Very
I
good.
learned
Very
that
good.
from Quentin.
Quentin
Anyway.
Tarantino.
Monica Lewinsky and Quentin. Yeah.
So this evening was a nice
Yeah.
evening. We smoked a couple of cigars. We had a
Very nice.
great sort of dinner in this restaurant, and there was some like whiskey pairings from
Sure.
Tamdhu Whiskey in Scotland. Give them a shout out. There you go. Um, Again, as I say, I'm now on, and boom, message. It just ticks me off.
Because they all want to be part of the show. And there's only, can I tell you, out of all the fans last week that said they want to be part of it, only one, the guy whose name I can't pronounce till someone pronounces it, he is going to get a text message from me in a couple of minutes to join the show. We will have a fan with you and Usman.
Where is Usman, by the way?
He's got 12 minutes because you know Princess can never be early. God forbid Princess is early to a show.
Well, that's a good thing. It is consistency. You know what time is going to come. Anyway,
Which is
so the cigars that we had were
yeah,
the Davidoff Signature, which is with the
nice.
white band and a white secondary white strip that says Signature.
Racist.
I was I'm you know what? Every time I smoke these Davidoff cigars, and I'm lucky, I end up smoking them, particularly with Roy Sommer, who is the head of Davidoff Europe. Um, He's a very, very cheeky Belgian guy, and a complete stalwart in the food and beverage industry. He's been in
Right.
cigars for the last 10 years, but he brings a dose of fun to these
Good.
evenings. And then we were joined by Eddie Sahakian
Mm.
of Davidoff fame, son of Edward Sahakian. So I was surrounded by this sort of let me put it this way to your US audience. If you wanted to
Yes.
smoke a Davidoff cigar, that would be the way to smoke a Davidoff cigar on a
Yeah.
Davidoff terrace with the head of Davidoff and Eddie Sahakian.
I don't think
That
this.
would be the way to do it to put your mindset in the
Right.
right place.
But
Okay.
don't take this the wrong way. I
I
like
won't.
Eddie Jr. I like Eddie Jr. So Eddie, I know you watch because you text us all the time. No, you
Yeah.
can't come on the show without your dad. Number one. Number two, and Eddie Sr.'s not there. As much as I like Eddie Jr., I want Eddie Sr. I want Eddie Sr. for the stories and
So
for the old world.
well,
Is it past his bedtime?
Eddie is forcing himself, but he was
Yes.
representing
Okay.
his
Oh,
father.
okay.
So
Very nice.
it was a fucking good evening. Ooh, sorry, that's
Yeah.
the French
No,
word.
you can't say
But
evening. Evening's bad.
this whiskey that's happened, because I'm not
Hmm?
really a whiskey person, right? So I kind of like
I
every
know.
time I have these whiskeys, I always discover them, right? And my
Now, is
God,
this
this
a
one was
whiskey or a scotch you had? If it's from Scotland, it's a scotch, my
it
friend.
was a scotch. Well, that's
And
how
it's a
you say
scotch.
it. Here we just when we say whiskey, we mean whiskey. We don't mean that shit that comes out of bourbon barrels.
Oh, well, that's
Uh,
good because that's crap. I don't drink that. That's ridiculous. And I'd like to thank Macallan. Oh, it's empty. Oh, well, I would like to thank Macallan for my empty scotch glass.
well,
Um,
you can do a refill.
it was a nice 25-year-old. And then I'm going to have some scotch later that's that old. Anyway, but I'm here till Thursday. Tip your wait staff. Keep going.
That's right. That's right. So I ended up finishing the evening
Yes, yes.
on the Davidoff Year of the Snake.
Hmm. Really? I tried to get a year of snake on Monday. I texted you from where I was. I sent you they had this huge
Yeah, no,
Davidoff humidor.
hang on.
Yeah.
It wasn't the same Year of the Snake that I had. I had the Lancero at the end of last year
I
at
just
the
want to
front of the.
smoke a year of the snake. I don't really
They're
care what
different.
year it is.
So no. There's a reason why I say this. That I
Okay.
was expecting almost the same blend and same
Okay.
characteristics, and I don't know why I was, but actually that was stupidity on my part because when you have a wider ring gauge, bigger,
Yeah.
sort of like this was a Toro size, okay,
Okay.
the one that I smoked. It was a deeper, richer. It had that kind of zestiness on the tongue, sort of like an inch down into the cigar. It still kind of delivered that what I like to call snake bite. But as I'm talking, you know me, I can't hold a conversation without flicking from topic to topic, right? You
I
know
know.
I can't do it,
Go ahead.
right? But
Yes.
because this was sitting here, I was given this present
Oh, oh,
as
very nice. The year of
as
the
the year
coin.
coin. So what happens is, with the Davidoff Zodiac series, when they release a box
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Year of the Snake or Year of the Dragon, they've done Year of the Tiger. They may have done one more. I can't remember. I think it might be Year of the Rabbit. So they gave me this. Let me just show you what
Are you really? You're just
this.
trying to piss me off, aren't you? Go ahead. Show everybody.
Well. It's an incomplete item. The point is that you get the item, you have to complete it. It's a beautiful wooden
Oh, I thought they
box.
gave you cigars with it. Very nice. Look at that. The collection. Oh,
and
I get it now.
and you can have your name engraved on here. I haven't taken this
Yeah.
section off. You can have your name
Okay.
engraved. And
Very
what you're
nice.
meant to do, you're meant
Yeah.
to keep the coins that come from each box from the Zodiac series in there.
Yeah. Very nice.
So you can say, look, I collected the. Well, I don't have them, right? But I collected the snake, the rat, the
What a
tiger.
marketing gimmick ploy that is.
But
That
it's
way to
beautiful.
go, Davidoff. If you
It
want to
is,
take
but it
people's
is a
money,
beautiful box. I mean, look at the hinge.
it's
I mean,
this.
this
I
box has
see it.
been done
Oh my
properly.
God. I haven't seen a hinge like that since whatchamacallit.
Well,
It's a beauty.
well. The point being this: it could have been gimmicky, but actually, I think it's excellent. To be honest
I
with you,
I think it's a great gimmick. I think it's a great
I
marketing gimmick
yeah,
for
I'm,
their
I'm, I'm,
cigars.
I'm not normally the type of person to be polite,
Really?
and I'm not going to be polite today either. If I
Thank
like something, I
God.
like it. I thought that was a very, very, very nice gesture. I thought
Me too.
a very it's a very nice, unusual. I mean, you can if you're not going to use it for the Zodiac series collection, I'm sure you could just take that tray out and you could just keep cigars in there. You can
Yeah.
kind of double it up as a humidor because it has that humidor quality.
That is
But
very nice of the Davidoff people. So I'm very
yeah,
that's
and this
nice.
box is numbered. The one I got was I received number one.
You received number one.
I
One of
received
how
number.
many?
I think there's only like 20 boxes.
Wow, and you got number one. That's going on eBay.
I don't know.
There you go.
Well, I would not be so crass as to put that on eBay.
Okay.
Um,
Or sell it privately.
had I been a Davidoff smoker of repute, which I'm not yet, maybe I become one. I would go about collecting those coins. I was thinking of offering this to someone who does smoke Davidoffs.
Really, I actually Davidoff.
Well, you've kind of ruled yourself out by just slagging it off.
I would
But
never sell it on eBay. Listen, I like this. We all know I smoke Davidoff.
I'll send it to you, and the next thing is on eBay, number one. On eBay.
No, stop it. I would make it number two. And ladies and gentlemen, the Usman is here. And soon we're going to have fans joining us. Guzman wasn't here for the show last week, so he doesn't know what's going to happen today.
Well, I'm more of. I'm
Says
not
who
re- I'm
says
not
who
really-
that I wasn't there in the last week. I was the one who very much here
Here
who
we go.
actually even showed you the best lounge in the country. And you guys are saying I wasn't there? Oh, guys, guess you've forgotten yourself.
Excuse me. Did you stay you couldn't stay for the whole show, so you missed the surprises that are going to happen today that we told everybody.
I can tell you the surprises who are going to join. I am the one who's sending them the links because
I was about to send them.
Because our dear princess told them to contact me.
Oh,
for me to send them the link. So please, there's no surprise.
I know. I said
Okay,
either
everybody.
one. I said either Usman.
No.
All right. Well, the good thing is that it's good that they contact us.
Well, it's a good job I've got a digital record of this because you can see my messages if you want to, really, yeah. But the reason I said that is because quite frankly, I couldn't be bothered.
There we go. Yeah, because he tells the
You
fans.
see, I just say it the way it is. Is it right? Why can't someone else do the thing that?
Now listen, before we get into what we do for a living, which is sit here and look pretty. Yeah. We're going to let's run the credits because Princess has made it to the show today, ladies and gentlemen. And she is 4 minutes early. The world is coming to an end. Nuclear holocaust, everything, dogs and cats living together in sin. We're so screwed.
When I joined, it was 6 minutes early.
Okay, congratulations. And now we're going to run the opening credits so we can actually start, if you will, the real show.
True.
This is 2OF Entertainment.
Welcome to Habanos Saturday, the fastest growing cigar show on YouTube with over 100,000 subscribers. Come join us every Saturday live. Every Saturday live.
Hey, and good morning, boys and girls.
I see Usman has picked up this thing of disturbing the credits with his
Yeah,
voice.
like you used to.
I like this. That trend has been set, and now
Yes,
Usman
it has.
is going through with it.
I was going to say whatever you usually say, and it hasn't been spoken. I was like, no. But remember, we paid a lot of money for that extra Saturday. Just to let everybody know, there's the Maltese Falcon. Love it. And then Habano Histories. You can catch those on the playlist on our channel, which Usman and Reza talk about. And I'm smoking my
forgot my
Davidoff.
name. You forgot my name just now. You went
because I'm a lot of scotch this morning. I'm smoking.
You're drinking the Davidoff late.
I'm
series.
drinking the late night, the late hour, the late morning, the lady of the evening, whatever you want to call it. It's a very good cigar for the people that have never had it. You should try it. And I have to give a shout out. A fan bumped into me on Monday. On Sunday, bumped into me. She was lovely. I had a fan bump into me. And the fan gave me this star called the Upstart. And I'm going to smoke this later, and I'll put it on my social media for those people that care. It's called the Upstart. It's an Upstart. It's a Jamaican cigar.
Jamaica.
It's a Jamaican, right. So it's real ganja. But anyway, it's called the Upstart. And and when he was smoking it, it smelled like the Year of the Snake because it had a lavender smell and
I thought you were going to say it smelled like ganja.
Ganja, no, it's not like ganja, man.
Reza, I can tell you, and I was going to tell Steven, I've had this cigar.
Is it good?
Like from this brand, not this particular one.
Okay.
And the one I was given actually looks like ganja too, because that was green in color. That was green in color.
God. That's
So
the
That's
it
like
point.
that
was-
filthy
was-
hooligan. Remember the filthy hooligan?
yeah. So it had a lot of I would say flavor, not
Okay.
like the regular cigar flavor. It felt like a flavored kind of a cigar thing.
Well, that's what he said. He said it is.
Very sweet
Yeah.
and aromatic and all of that stuff.
Right.
I had like half of it, but then I was like, okay, it's there.
Time for a real cigar. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what he
yeah.
said. He was nice enough. Listen, he was nice enough to gift me this. So the people from the Upstart Cigar Series, thank you very much. I will smoke this later. I will put it on my social media. And that's it.
Since you've mentioned it, where is it from?
Jamaica.
It's a Jamaican cigar, or is branded as a Jamaican cigar?
No, it's made in Jamaica, from what I understood.
Yeah, it's made in Jamaica.
It's made in Jamaica. The Rastafarians make it, and they throw a little love into it. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, so we're very excited about it. So yeah, I'm going to try it later. So I want to thank Jonathan. Big shout out to you, my friend. Thank you for giving it to me. And I will smoke it later, and I will post it on my Instagram for anybody who cares. And if you don't care, then who cares? There you go. And today we're going to talk about La Gloria Cubana. I didn't think I. Well, that's what we just said. That's what we said last week. We said we're going to talk about the Gloria, and I was like, "Yes, we are." I even wrote it down mentally, and that's why I didn't. That's why I didn't text anybody yesterday going, "What are we talking about?"
No research.
Well, there's no shocker
Okay,
there.
let me give you my bit on La Gloria Cubana. I think what it means is the glory of Cuba.
Thanks for sharing.
It means glory to Cuba. La
Oh,
Gloria.
Gloria. Her name is Gloria.
No, that would
Like
be
the
La
song,
Gloria
Bologna-
a Cubana. That would be Gloria
Oh my
a
God.
Cubana. This is La Gloria Cubana. It means the glory of Cuba. The glorious Cuba. The glorious Cuba.
Okay, sir.
Cuba.
Okay. Well,
Right.
there you go.
Now,
Yes.
once we're done with all of that, I thought that since we are talking of the brand La Gloria Cubana, it's a brand which is very much relevance, and even the brand name has a lot of relevance to.
Are you doing the cigar thing right now? You're going to do it? Here, let's give you a close up.
Oh, fine, thank you. Yeah, so since the brand itself has a lot of relevance, and the brand name has a lot of relevance to Cuba,
Right.
and as they say, the land of the best cigars. So I thought, why not smoke something which is really phenomenal
Sure.
from the same brand. So I have decided to pull out an amazing present that I got from a dear friend recently, which is the La Gloria Cubana. Can anyone guess which one is this?
Laguito number 1.
Oh, there's no Laguito number 1 in La Gloria Cubana.
How about
looks like
Laguita
it.
number 2?
It's a Lancero. It is a Lancero.
Wow, look at peanuts.
How can you say that? See, this was a trick question for Reza.
Go on.
So this is okay. So La Gloria Cubana primarily has most of the brands or most of the cigars that were either Lonsdales, or there were slim Panatellas or long Panatellas or Coronas or something, or Petit Coronas. They never had anything which was a Laguito or a Laguito number 1. So most of them were either Panatellas or Coronas, different formats. This is the discontinued since 2010 La Gloria Cubana number 1, which is a long Panatella with a ring gauge of 36 ring size.
It's
And-
hard to roll that one. Very hard to roll that.
Yes, and length of 185 millimeter or 7.25 inches. So that is a long Panatella, or as they call it, the Delicados Extra, the factory name. The marketing name is Medio d'Or number 1.
Numero uno.
Numero uno, exactly.
Very nice.
So with that, before I go into the history of the cigar, I am gonna do the needful.
Oh, please, because the fans are on the edge of their seats for this. So are they using child labor then because that's hard to roll? You need little hands, or are they using midgets to roll that? What are they doing?
Well, I guess whatever they did, they did a lot
That
more.
might have benefited from a punch cut for a change.
Well, the punch would have gone out. This is so thin, the punch would have gone out.
No,
Even
because on this instrument that I have two.
Hold on, let me get it. Let me.
Gauges.
There you go.
So
yeah,
I've
I have the
got the narrow one,
double
the
gauges
wide
and-
one.
Yeah, so I've done that. Even with the narrow one, what happens is it goes right
It's too
to the-
wide. It's still too wide on the narrow
Yeah,
one.
so it goes too much on the sides and it ruins the wrapper.
It'll open up. The cap opens up a little bit too much.
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
Very good.
Look,
Very good.
he's a Moyo. He's a Moyo. He took 10%. Congratulations. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You want to give us the history now?
What history are we talking about?
Like I don't know, the cigar you're smoking. It's like the whole premise of the show.
Look, Gloria Cubana.
Right.
Does anybody remember the history? Do you want me to just read what ChatGPT told me?
1885 is when this brand was officially introduced to the world. So
Right.
hold on, Steve. Today is a Saturday, which is a relaxing one. I'm not doing anything other than this today. Hence, I am in the slow mode. So I need
Gotcha.
my
Well,
cigar.
Wait.
my-
You're in the slow mode. You're in the slow mode. You're in the slow mode today, are you? Okay. So if that's your story, we're sticking to it.
Yeah, so 1885 is when the brand was introduced to the world, and it stayed in production till 1959 when it was kind of discontinued for a little while, only to be reintroduced to the world in 1965 again. So since then, the brand has been in production, has produced a lot of regular production cigars, but unfortunately, till a few years ago, it only was left with one regular production cigar, which was a Slim Panatilla Meteor d'Or number 4. When they thought, okay, this is a brand big enough for us to bring in a few other to the Vitellario, and then came the Turquoinos, which is a new addition to the regular production line. So now La Gloria Cubana has 2 cigars in the regular production, Meteor d'Or number 4 and Turquoinos, as well as they have a La Casa del Habano edition, which is known as La Gloria Cubana Glorias, with a factory name as Flechas. So these are the 3 regularly produced cigars in the La Gloria portfolio today. Having said that, La Gloria Cubana has been used multiple times in the regional productions, and in a lot of countries, they have come in the regional production. The latest one, if I remember correctly, was the French one, where it was named as Podium and was done for the Olympics. So with this, I would just start enjoying my cigar, and for that, I'm gonna toast it first.
Very nice. That was
The only
nice
thing,
history.
the only thing maybe I can add is the only thing that I actually know is La Gloria Cubana as a cigar brand shares some history with the Partagas factory. That's what I know, and as far as I understood, that there is some similarity in terms of the blends, because there's going to be those blends if they're rolled in the same factory, albeit. I like the fact that Usman is smoking the very narrow ring gauge. That's what it's known for. It was known for the specialty in sort of narrow ring gauge cigars.
I love thinner ring gauge cigars in any case. Having
But
said
I had
that,
a very, very, very shit narrow ring gauge cigar recently. That was the Cohiba, the Panatella. It apparently can be very delicious if you get great draw, but good luck getting it in the first place.
this is the perfect Saturday evening cigar. I like it.
There you
Thank
go.
you. You're welcome.
Before we move on to anything else, I would like to just add one more point.
Please.
Oh no, no another one.
Kind of differ from what Reza has just said.
There you go.
They were or and have been kind of being produced here and there in like the Partagas factory for some part as well. They are in no comparison close to the flavor profile or the strength profile to each other. because Partagas is considered to be a strong-bodied, full-flavor, and full-strength cigar, whereas La Gloria Cubana is primarily a light to maximum medium strength and medium-bodied cigars.
I disagree. I disagree.
Perfect. We're
Point
talking.
counterpoint.
No, Steve, wait. I fully respect your point of view, and I take it that way. Having said that, I am only referring to when I'm smoking a cigar and I am in or under no influence of anything that you drink, and forget.
I think you will find. I think you may find something that if you put that cigar to your ear and just turn it gently, you'll get the same note you get from a Partagas, that same pitch.
That's the problem. I actually smoke the cigar rather than using it as an earbud. Whereas if you're going to use it as earbud, you can infer it to 1,000 other things.
I think as usual, this standard insubordination on the part of Osman.
I'm actually thinking that Stephen would have noticed that today in my low and slow mode, I am a bit more lethal as compared to the normal.
I've noticed that given my good sense and humor, you've managed to take advantage of it. But there you go.
Are you going to go back to being? Are you going to go back to being a prick now?
I, in the meanwhile, am being educated by a lot of Usman's colleagues in Pakistan. This new young crowd that's coming up. I'm watching a lot of them on Instagram. They have learned a lot from Usman. They are now giving their feedback. And
The old guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
Steven, I'll tell you, there's a lot of pun intended in whatever he's been saying, because there are a few shitty videos coming out.
Why would you be so unkind? If you feel that way, you should just stay quiet.
It from the best. I learned it from the best. I learned it from the best.
I would let it go. Rise above it. Let it go.
Yes.
Rise above.
What are you doing? Frozen? Let it go. Let it go. What are you? The snowman all over?
No, I'm merely offering the advice back to our distinguished gentleman Usman, who offered me this advice.
Oh God, here it goes.
A few months ago.
Here we go.
And Usman, rise above it. It is below you.
Talking about rising above it, where's your cigar? Why aren't you smoking on the show anymore? It's a cigar show.
I've explained something to you. You catch me every week on a Saturday, mid two things. I am literally out of the door after this to go and smoke at least 2 cigars. Now, this doesn't mean that I don't enjoy smoking cigars with you. But I am beginning to enjoy more in this discussion of cigars. I'm beginning to understand and enjoy more that being mentally pliable counts for a lot. And
when's that going to happen?
Eventually, I'm working on it. It's a project in what's it called? A work in progress.
Working project. Got it.
Work in progress. Got it. I cannot claim to be perfect, but we all strive for some level of perfection.
Here it comes. Yeah. And just so you know, Abdullah, one of Usman's
Abdullah, you said that very, very dramatically. You said that like a U.S. Army general, Abdullah.
Yes, because when I was in the Army as a general, that's how we said it. Anyway, Abdullah said, I haven't posted anything in a while, so Usman, you're safe. There you go.
Abdul Sabur, I understand. I haven't seen if it is you, but I'm guessing by seeing this, it is Abdul Sabur. Abdul Sabur, the thing is, I know you haven't put in anything for a while. Yes, it's him. We are talking and referring to some of the new.
You are. I'm not. I'm talking about the very, very healthy dialogue that is coming out from a young cigar smoking community. It's better than here in London. The young cigar smoking community like to pose with their cigars, and they smoke shit cigars anyway. To be very honest with you, to be really very honest with you, there's no end of New World cigars coming, and I won't say New World is shit. I'm just saying these New World ones are shit, right? Okay, there's no end of them.
Davidoff excluded because we all like Davidoff.
Davidoff, it's not about exclude. Davidoff is a different level as far as I'm concerned.
That's true.
Davidoff is in terms of historically, in terms of blend, in terms of
The
the
check
people
clear.
around Davidoff.
Sure.
It has a classiness that it's very, very hard to pin down.
That's true.
But what I was referring to in the conversation with Usman was I'm beginning to see, and I think it's in the last 2 weeks, Usman, if I'm right, yeah, I'm beginning to see some of the youngsters who started smoking recently in the last year, couple of years, who are now attempting to rise to Usman's level of expertise and experience by conveying, and I take this as a great compliment because I would take it as a great compliment. The highest, one of the highest compliments is imitation. When
Yeah.
people want to do what you're doing, this means you're doing something correct, and they will never be like the original. They will find their own line, their own path. But I think Usman, you see, I only give compliments. Usman has been an inspiring personality in this regard. May he continue to be so.
Okay, so I have a question. So Abdullah, my guy, right? Abdullah.
Yeah.
And he's so what are you trying to say? He's got it
Abdul.
on his when he does stuff, he's got a Jew and a Pakistani and a Pakistani, and that's there. So that's an imitation. Got it. So he's got three people.
When you add a
doing
Jew
his
and a
thing.
Pakistani, you get a Pakistani.
Steven,
Yes,
you,
yes.
you've been hearing a lot about the lounge parasites in the United Kingdom, especially
Right.
in London, right? I'm just going to give a quick rundown of what Reza is referring to.
Please.
So there are
I do it myself.
a few young, no, not in your version. So there are a few young smokers who are
Right.
very decent boys. A couple of them have recently put in some very interesting videos, very informative ones and all of that. But again, the point is they have been new to the cigars and all that stuff. The claims are smoking since when they were actually in their pampers. So is what we are laughing about.
Gotcha.
That's
Gotcha.
I'm not.
That's
I'm
one.
finding it fun.
Yeah, and the other one, which I recently saw, was where someone was actually trying to explain the benefits of smoking cigars to cigarettes. So that is
That's a very good. That's a very good topic.
The topic is very good. I would say the video was done nicely.
Yes.
Yes, maybe the actor found for that purpose was not the one correct for both.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed.
I don't think the character either smoked cigars or cigarettes, both. So he couldn't imitate any of those right.
Gotcha. And you know what
I think Usman has been pioneering in this because it is Usman's got his social media presence. He's got YouTube visibility. People see him smoke. They are very curious as to his experience and depth of experience, and they want to be part of that culture, that group.
Yeah.
And I think we're lucky to have Usman on here because Usman is one of those pioneering individuals.
Yes. He's a legend, and if you ask him, he'll tell you. So no, it's very good.
Right.
Listen,
So now that you're done actually taking the mick out of my thing,
We're just
we
giving
move on?
compliments left, right, and center.
Right,
Why
right.
so passive aggressive?
Let's move on to the topic number 2, which is
we could talk about world politics. We're gonna have
What happened to the
Yeah,
chaps
yes.
that wanted to smoke?
the first.
Oh,
Where's
I-
the first?
I sent the link to the
Yeah.
one who contacted me.
Yeah, the
I-
husband guy, the guy I can't pronounce his name. I sent him the link too. See,
No,
all
no,
these
no, no.
fans.
Not Qasim.
Yeah, Cosm wants. I sent it to Cosmic. I said, "Here you go, Cosmic. I'm waiting for."
I sent it to Ali, cigar
Ali?
analyst,
Yeah.
and he said he should be joining in. He was very much available and all that stuff. Let me nudge him. Where is he?
And I'm waiting for Cosm too, because Cosm said he wanted to join. So they all have.
Usman missed out on the little present that I received at Davidoff.
You did. It was beautiful. I
Ooh,
cried.
what's it? Show me.
I don't know if something. This is was this one.
Yeah, we'll do a close up again of Reza.
I'll open it up again.
Show
for
it
the sake-
properly. I couldn't even see it.
Hold on. Let me get a close up. There you go.
Coin collection,
Yeah.
2025 to 2036. Okay.
Right. So it's obviously
Davidoff
not going
thinks-
to last that long. But,
Davidoff thinks they're going to be around until 2036. That's funny. Go ahead, keep going.
I love you too.
We love the Davidoff. You're going to be around forever. Stop it. You're on the internet. This will never die.
That's
You'll
the
always
kiss of
be
death.
on. Yeah,
It's
right.
fun.
Look at that. Look, he got a box. Usman left. He left. He's just left.
Well, I'm not doing it again. That would be the third time I'm doing it. So we've
All
already
right,
seen
so
that.
I've seen it. It's a beautiful box. He's gifting it to somebody who smokes Davidoffs. And it's a beautiful thing. Anyway.
Oh, you smoke Davidoffs, don't you?
Dave,
I
who
see
knew?
that. You know what? That looks a little bit like one of those old school terrorist videos from a cave.
Yeah, right.
With the curtains in the background.
Yeah, Usman.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
listen, Osama, you can't. We're gonna have to change your background back to the car thing, because everybody's saying, "Yeah, you're on mute. We love you, but you got to go off mute."
My
There you go.
my
Your background.
background.
Where's the car? We got a little worried there. We thought you were in a cave. Another bunker.
It's actually being redone to something new. So most
Ooh.
likely next week you would see something very new and interesting.
Very nice.
Do you know why they use the word bunker?
Because of Archie? No, I
No.
don't have any idea.
The reason why the American military use words like bunker and bunker bomb is people right at the top play golf. That's why they use bunker in their vernacular.
Oh, got it. I never knew
So
that.
when they're sort of like digging the bumper, the
What would we
bunker,
do without Reza?
well,
How would we learn all this wisdom? And
you would carry on, but at a different angle, different line.
right.
So,
And by the way, if they're playing golf, what cigar are they smoking, or what range of cigars are they smoking if they're playing golf?
who? The American generals, they smoke Cubans.
They would be smoking Monte Cristo Open Series.
They
Probably.
should.
You really? Yeah.
They
I'm
should.
just saying, technically, that's what they should be smoking.
Technically,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
should.
Well, technically, they should not be smoking that, because if you're right, the Open Series was not for golf, but it was for tennis. That is
No, it was
where
for golf. That the Eagle is for golf.
Eagles for
That's why
golf.
it's called the Eagle.
Eagle is for golf, but the series was initially introduced for tennis. With
How do
the
you
Open.
smoke a cigar and play tennis?
You don't. It was actually for people sitting there and all of that.
People
So-
watching.
You can't smoke
It's
though.
meant to
You
be
go
like
to
that
the
aromatic, airy.
Yeah, I got
smoke
that. You go to the
outdoors.
U.S. Open, you go to Forest Hills, you go where the World's Fair was. You can't smoke there. I tried. They get really upset. It's like when I went to Formula One and they complained because I lit a cigar up in the pit area, apparently gasoline or some
No,
crap.
they complained.
But I'm
They
just
complained
saying.
there was a new world cigar. Had it been a Cuban, everyone.
Oh no, it was a Cuban. I'm just saying they just complain. It's like this is what I'm saying. I love Formula One, but when you go to Formula One and you light a cigar up in the pit area, they get a little nervous. There's something about gas and fumes; things could explode. Hey, you're driving a car at 300 kilometers an hour. Live on the edge. What do I care? And then you can't go to a tennis match and smoke a cigar, whether you have a Cuban or not, because God forbid, they whatchamacallit. They're going to have a heart attack because it could hurt somebody. Oh, wait, AJ, the man who knows everything, Patel says
There
it was
you
made
go,
for golf,
AJ.
and I was
love you,
correct.
AJ. I love someone who agrees with me, even though I might be wrong. But AJ,
No, AJ says it's made for golf. If AJ says that's it. The Godfather has spoken. It's made for golf.
I take my words.
AJ hit it out
I
of the
take
bunker,
my words
basically.
back, His Highness. I take my words back.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, take him back. No, say it one more time. One more time. Take it.
I take my words back only because AJ says it, not because you said it. Happy now?
Yeah, because AJ said it. If you could say whatever until AJ or someone
AJ
backs
pulls
you up.
rank. AJ
Yeah,
pulls
AJ.
rank.
He's the general. That's why he's the OG in the group now. So
Yeah.
and he remember he
Let
did
me
invite
formally
us.
say we don't
for
take
cigars.
complimentary things on here. We don't slag off anyone.
That's true.
Well,
but
I
if
don't,
you-
at least.
there we go. So, gentlemen, AJ said they used to have a golf championship in Cuba. There
Do
you
they?
go. I'm reading what AJ is saying. So no, I'm making it up
I don't know how AJ would know that.
because AJ probably goes to Cuba and plays golf.
Was it in Varadero?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. You're reading that as well. It's all right.
This is called
Unbelievable.
education. One of the very good things about sitting around intelligent people
Here we go.
is
He actually means you, me, and AJ right now. He's talking about intelligent people, not himself. Stephen,
well,
come on.
at least two of those might be intelligent. At least.
AJ, we know you don't pull the rank, but we love that rank. That's why we
That's
listen to you.
I like AJ says I don't pull rank. I just know it's the same thing, AJ.
Stop kissing ass. It doesn't.
I can't help it. He invited me to smoke like a real.
Doesn't suit anyone.
Excuse me, I'm
Stop
not kissing
kissing
ass.
ass.
I'm sucking up because he invited me to smoke
sucking up
expensive
better
cigars.
than that, is it?
There you go. Yeah. Never kissed hookus, but sucking up is okay. No, just go ahead. I like AJ.
Anyway,
I like
what's
that.
AJ doing watching this? AJ must be doing some better
This
things.
is
Right?
by no Reza, this is by no means anything close to Partagas, so don't say that again.
Well, it's made in the same fucking factory. Partagas owned it. They owned it before Revolution. They owned it after Revolution. So I've always felt that, you know, some of these sneakers that are made in the same as Louis. Oh, this was made in the same as Louis Vuitton factory. There must be some intellectual capital.
Are you trying to say Vaqueros are equal to Trinidad's?
I'm saying Vaqueros might be better than Trinidad's. The branding is different. The branding is different because this is a subjective topic. What is better, right? So that's a subjective topic, okay? New World cigars are shit. Cuban cigars are amazing. That's not subjective.
Well, no,
except for Davidoff, apparently, because we love Davidoff.
I agree with that.
And that's not true either. And here's why: because we all like Davidoff, and they're technically New World, right? But technically, you like Davidoff because you made Year of the Snake last year or whatever. Your cigar of the year.
I liked it. In fact, I smoked it with AJ of all people. I was very, very surprised. Maybe I was a little bit drunk. Maybe they got their cocktail pairing they nailed their cocktail pairing. In fact, I was talking to Roy Sommer about that a couple of nights ago. I was even mentioning to Eddie that fucking hell, you know, when it came to that event, that's the event that kind of made me look slightly differently at these Davidoff cigars.
Right.
But I'll tell you something, that Year of the Snake Toro was which I smoked like 2 nights ago. That was a deeper, richer smoke. Hang on, I was looking at. Hang on. It might even be
like I told you on Sunday. Last Sunday I was out.
There it is. Yeah. You know, it's like when I empty my pockets, I empty them on the desk. There you go. The snake.
Year of the Snake.
8. So that's about as lucky as you get. 8 snake. 8 snake.
Like I said, when I was out Sunday at the cigar place and meeting the fans, because I go out and meet the fans. I couldn't. They didn't have a Davidoff Year of the Snake, and I smoked the.
Where were you? You were in Tampa. You were in Tampa, right?
Yao. I smoked the Yao. Yeah, with Emperor Yao.
Oh, the El Septimo Emperor Yao by Zaya Yunnan.
Yeah, that was. Can I tell you? You turned me on to that, and I was like, "That's a really good cigar." I enjoyed that one.
I'll be honest with you. It looks good. It's good look, and it doesn't completely insult.
What are you both high on right now?
On Coke Zeros. Coke Zeros.
And you're saying El Septimo is a great cigar?
I didn't say anything like that. Stephen was saying I was sort of like tempering him a little bit.
I will tell you
I just wonder, why do I waste my time with you both sometimes?
I don't know. We don't know. Anyway, I thought the Emperor Yao was a good cigar. But here's the other thing. Not all New Worlds are crap because we both agree that the CLA Amazon Brazilian's a good cigar. Davidoff's a good cigar. Yeah. So my go-to cigar is usually, I would have smoked a CAO this morning. However, Reza went to the Davidoff thing. So I pulled from the humidor my Davidoff. Then I'm smoking my Davidoff in honor of his going there and getting a box.
Perfect. Okay. For me, in Davidoff, this one is something which would be probably my last choice if I don't have anything good out of the Davidoff, only because, and I would say it to myself, the Black series or the Latar series or the Yamasas or the Nicaraguas are something which I don't personally like. I only like the white series. So maybe that's me, and I am ready to take that one on this one. But for me, I would say I would like a Fuente short story or Hemingway better than this one, because that to me is a much finer.
Oh, there's Urs is on there as well.
Yeah. Oh, hello, Urs. Here comes another brother.
Yeah, brother of the leaf.
Yes, absolutely. So,
BOTO, brother of the leaf.
AJ, I don't know if you're still there or not, but if you are, can you please put some sense into Reza for saying things good about El Septimo?
No, I'm kind of.
I would be really obliged.
Why don't we just have AJ come? Why don't you just have AJ just come on the show, and that would just be much easier.
Reza, can you?
I think reputability will.
It will go down. Never mind. I forgot.
No, it will rise too high. It will be
too high.
It will be at a dizzying height that will be unmanageable.
Oh, okay. The show then would go into the stratosphere. I got it. I understand. We don't want that.
Stratospheric.
We like
you don't slag
mediocrity.
yourself off. Slag other people off.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, see, I think it just says short story, fabulous cigar. See, I
Yep.
know somewhat.
Which short
Thank you.
story?
Thank
Short
you.
story. Which
The
one?
Fuentes.
Which one?
Hemingway, Arturo Fuente Hemingway short
Yeah.
stories is what
Yeah,
we're
the
referring
Fuentes
to.
is a good cigar.
Yeah.
I've smoked those. They're very nice.
And the next words out of AJ is in stock now.
AJ, ban him from entering number 6 for 2 days.
Listen. They both know. I think AJ's a cool cat, but
Hey,
I don't have to suck ass for
excuse me,
that.
wait a second. Oris wants to know why he's not on the show.
Oris.
Send him the link.
It's
Let him come on
your-
the show.
First,
Send him the link.
wait, your wish
Oris,
is
you're
just
coming on the
being
show.
commanded. Give me-
You're
give
coming
me
on the show
one.
right now, Oris. There you go.
Yeah,
We're the only live show that lets the fans come on and dictate the show. Yeah, I like it.
Otherwise, you haven't got anything to say.
Yeah, well, Oris is probably going to whatchamacall. He's gonna teach us a
Hey,
whole bunch of stuff.
this is slightly record breaking.
First, you've
Sometimes
got-
when I
first
like
you've
something
got-
too much, I'm
first
going to
you've
show this
gotten
book
the link.
another time. This has been 2 weeks in a row. I haven't opened this book. It's such a great book that I'm having difficulty.
It is
getting my
such
head
a
around
great
opening
book. It is such a great book that he have not even bothered taking
To
the
open it.
outer foil off.
Right. That'll
Just
be on
look.
eBay next week. Right, that'll be on eBay next week. Anyway, Oris, you could come on. You can come on the show whenever you like, my friend.
Thank you.
Oris, you have the
Thank you.
link, so we're waiting for you to come on. So there you go.
Yeah. I'll
talk
send you-
cigars.
Apparently,
Yeah,
I say apparently,
Oh,
this one's hard to get hold of.
yes, it is. So why are you taking the wrapper off? You won't be able to resell it or regift it.
Well, because I'm
the
not like
wrapper's
you.
off.
I'm not like you.
I'm not. I don't do that. I just say that joking
Well, you're the one
around.
who said it.
By the way, I'm just kidding. I don't do stuff like that. I keep what people give me.
You just announced
then,
it on public TV.
Stop.
Or
I'm
public
just
TV.
kidding. Then I take it to Sotheby's. I let them auction it off for the highest dollar. I have style.
Woo! Look at the pictures. Got pictures.
Oh God, he's not going to read the book. That's very nice. There's a
Of course
picture.
he's not.
Congratulations.
I love pictures.
I'm just actually not happy. Why did Christian waste a book on Reza who's not going to read it?
You should ask Christian that.
Well,
Look,
let's,
huh?
he's watching. He's asking him.
Look
Just
at
the bands.
that. Look at that. And I probably next comment from AJ. I've smoked all of those.
Yes, probably.
And then later today,
no.
I'll get a message from
No.
Jal saying
It's not-
I've smoked 2 times them.
Here's the best part. Later, before the
missing-
show
you're
ends,
missing- you're missing the most important point. AJ would have smoked them more than 2 times and would
That's correct.
still have a few boxes of these with him.
It's awesome.
That's
That's
the
right.
best part.
Again,
When it comes to Partagas, he would definitely have them. That's what the fun part
it's
is.
not Partagas, it's Partagas.
there we
sorry.
go. And
Sorry,
if you go to number 6 or number 9 Cavendish.
Number 6 or number 9?
Yeah, number 69
Number
Cavendish.
6. Did you just say number 6 or number 9?
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
short for you.
They're short, but
Well,
I
which
know.
one do you think it is? Answer your own question. Which one do you think? Is it number 6 or is it number 9? Or are we taking averages right now?
Number 6. Number 6
7.5.
Cavendish. It's 7.5 Cavendish. Number 6 Cavendish. AJ, it does have in stock the
I'm going
short
to pose a
stories.
theoretical question on that because I'm in a bit of a naughty mood. Right?
Yes, you are.
When the lease is finally up, what will the place be called? If and when, unless we're going to do this Davidoff thing and stay there forever, yeah. If and when number 6 Cavendish moves, will it still be called number 6 Cavendish? I think that's a fucking good idea, to be honest with you. Even if it moves to somewhere, I don't know, it takes over Fuma or whatever it is, still called number 6 Cavendish.
Why
I agree.
do you want it to move? What? See,
Yeah,
I
why
don't
would they
want
move?
it to move. I'm just making conversation.
Why do you want it to see the last time I was in London, number 6 was not even in operation. So at least let me be there once and then do whatever you want to do that.
I'm just hypothesizing. You know, I had this conversation with Mr. Sahakian, Eddie.
By the way,
And
AJ,
I said to him, why don't you just pay Banksy
Number
£200,000
six,
or give him a box of cigars to draw a little picture outside? Then that way you don't have to move.
right now, just so you're aware, on the Partagas, AJ said he hasn't smoked them all. Thank you very little. And just
He didn't say that. He didn't say that. He said,
Yep.
I don't had all of these.
I don't
You're right,
have
that
all
is
of
what-
these.
right. Oh, sorry, my mistake.
Having
And
them,
then
having them or smoking them is so I didn't
Different
have
thing.
the boxes of like Gloria Cubana Medio of 1, but this is like the 3rd or 4th time I'm smoking it.
Oh,
and
look at
now
this jar.
and
Look at that
also
jar.
and
Look at
also
that jar. Well, I'm not going
Yes.
to spend the rest of the time showing you pictures out of this book, but
Thank
this
you.
is the book.
Great. Congratulations that you're opening it. And AJ also wants everybody to know that it is number 6 Cavendish. I knew that, AJ. And it's at 6 Cavendish Square, and that would be WT1GOPD for those people that want to come.
I think what you should do. I think what you
W1G0PT.
should do is hold up a
That's
number
good
6
for me.
branded box. It must have something lying around it.
Oh, what are you
And
talking
see-
about? You want that? You want to play that game? Let's play that game.
Are
AJ
you
knows. AJ knows who's gonna win in this one.
Fucking
you,
hell! I
because
used to have these. Where are
Because he's
they?
going to go. Usman went off because now he's going to
I
go
can
bring
only see
everything he
Tom
went
Tom
from
boxes
that thing.
everywhere.
Oh wow, that's going to make AJ really very happy.
AJ's listen. AJ's a stalwart. You couldn't care less.
Okay. Hey, so all these people that said they were going to join us for the FERF,
The
no one
FERF.
showed. I see the fans. They
The
like the
fans are
background.
they're intimidated of Stephen
I
because
think
you know
so.
you're quite belligerent.
That's very true.
They basically think they're going to come on there and they're going to get their asses whipped.
No, only if you go to Hilger's House of Pain and mention my name, you get a discount. But Uris, I thought would come on because Uris is the one, if I'm not mistaken, that has the collection that's unbelievable. So
They
I thought he would definitely come on.
named the Lamborghini after him. The
They
Lamborghini
did.
Urus.
That's how.
Ursus.
That's how. Yeah.
Okay. So we were starting the contest.
Here we go.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
sure. We're going to show who has the biggest whatever. Go ahead. There we go. Let's just do that. There you go.
There you go.
Wow.
In which you get the cigars
You
packed
won the
right.
competition.
No. It is just begun, my friend. It has just.
Well,
begun.
actually, the relevance of my question still stands. If
No.
one day that-
No. Show me if you have this.
Oh my God. Here it comes.
Fucking hell,
You
where'd
got to
you
get
get
a
that?
better cutter. Number 6 Cavendish.
Is that the
No,
30th
this is-
anniversary thing?
Absolutely, that is the 30th anniversary cutter.
I
And the fun part,
I don't
now
remember
that
that
all of
party.
you-
I don't remember that party very well.
Yeah, you were drunk. You were drunk in
It's a
the
good
first
job. It's a good
15
job I
minutes.
took
of that show.
photos.
Yeah. You were drunk in the
It
first.
was
15 minutes.
for me. It was a little bit. It was a little bit like what's that movie? Where the what's it called? You know, with where they go to Las Vegas and they have drugs and they can't remember the next morning.
Oh, that's the
Yeah.
one with Johnny Depp where he plays that writer.
Not
What's his
Johnny
face?
Depp. No.
Yes, it is. Yes.
No. Bradley Cooper and the something.
Okay, whatever. Right.
And that's what it was like. So I took photos and pictures, and when I look back at the photos and pictures, I saw this is AJ dancing in a grass skirt and this and that and the other, and I've got the photos to prove it. Because I had so much respect for him, I didn't ever put them up. But,
Thank you very much. Very kind of you. So that you've not done this. The fun part now, I'll share a story about this. So the first time I met
Hangover. There you go. Naden
Nader
Nazar.
was saying,
The
Nader was saying,
Hangover.
yeah, right.
Thank you.
So the first time I met AJ, and we were about to smoke a cigar. But we were actually having dinner, and he and Reka had landed that day in Cuba, and they decided to join us at dinner.
Did they fly in?
No, their arms were tired.
They were
like a
actually-
fast boat from Miami.
Yeah, I think that's what did happen. But actually, Reza was drunk before he came to the party. Of course, he thought he would not be a good.
Love it.
AJ, I will tell you the actual story of that today as well. Don't worry about it. So,
Please.
so
Well,
when we were about to light
AJ,
up
I
my-
don't remember the party. I can't
Otherwise-
remember if it was a good party, bad party.
I have
but
all
people
the
reminded me that it was
evidences.
outstanding.
Yeah, I have a lot of evidences from that party of a lot of people who shall not be named here. But okay, fine.
We'll
So-
name them later.
Yeah. So I was about to light my cigar, and AJ was sitting right across me. And I said, AJ, see, I'm gonna smoke a cigar, and I took out the Ramon Iones Private Stock 230, and he was like, yeah, it's a very good cigar. I was like, I know it's a good cigar, but let me tell you why is it a good cigar. And then I showed him the footband, which was because that was the cigar from his party. Reka was sitting right next to me on the left side, and Reka said she saw that I was looking for my cutter. She's like, oh, you're looking for a cutter? I was like, yes. And she was like, here you go. I was like, no. I'm not going to cut it with any cutter. Wait. And I pulled it out of my bag because I had planned that I have kept that cigar and this cutter only that I will use it for the first time and I will smoke that cigar when I meet Reza or meet AJ and Reka. And that's when Reka
No,
was
you
very,
confused me
very.
for AJ, did you just say?
Pardon?
You confused me there with AJ.
No, because you were just confusing me in the middle and you were showing all these crappy lighters or cutters that you were bringing up.
I'll be very honest with you. This is a bit of a hidden gem. This one has cut more than 1,000 cigars. Is razor fucking sharp. It's
I'll tell
Japanese
you-
blade, switch pop, switch pop.
Oh, right. Okay. For me, the best cutter always has been this Cigar XI2. So they have cut the most cigars that I've always seen, right? So they've for me, they're like the easy double guillotine, very clean cuts and easy to find, not very expensive. I have all the other kind of crap as well. But to me, these are always the most reliable ones.
Right. Are you going to tell us when Reza was drunk at the party, or are we just going to talk about
Oh,
cutters?
no. He was not drunk at the party. He was drunk
Okay.
before.
The party. Yes.
So-
It wasn't my
so-
fault. It wasn't my fault.
Guy,
It
hold
turned
on.
into me. Let's have a
Oh,
couple of
wait.
drinks before
We
going.
have a special. Uris is joining us.
Yes.
So we have to have a little
There is an
decorum.
appearance.
There you go.
Ah, he gets us.
Hello.
Uris, you got to turn off your. You got to turn off your stuff. Yeah, Uris, you got to turn off your YouTube because we got a big feedback going. Or at least turn the sound down.
He's a tech guy. He'll figure it out.
There you go. There we go. Okay. Now for the
There's smoke for the weekend behind him.
all right. Now for the people that don't know who Uris is, we do because of the HERF. Please explain. And I know AJ just counted.
They named a Lamborghini after us.
Right. But tell everybody about him, Usman, if you would.
Right. Urs is a very dear friend and a brother of the Leaf from Switzerland and in tech industry. But why we are very close is that he's a brother of the Leaf, has been collecting cigars in tech for a long time. This is just a fraction of what you see behind him. I'm guessing that's his new
his weekend
location because that last location was slightly different, which was his office, and on one side you could see just the cabinets of cigars. So this one looks a little better organized / cleaned up. So it looks like this is the newer place. Am I right, Urs?
Right. He was just left because he was having a problem.
Yeah.
He has to redo his sound so we don't get reverberation.
Yeah. So in
AJ,
this case,
that's for this weekend. That collection is just for this weekend. And
Yeah, I was just gonna say, that's
till then, I'm gonna talk about the story of Reza getting drunk. So we have a dear friend of ours, Irtaza, who was there in London those days, and Reza had nothing better to do but to find and explore the kind of new alcohols they were finding out. And they came across or stumbled across something they call, while they were desperate, they call it desperado. Apparently, it happens to be some form of tequila or
beer and tequila mixed together.
beer and whatever that crap is. And these boys shared that it was their habit that they would drink a few of them before they actually hit the bar or the club or any of the parties.
So that's sort of a bit of a running start.
Yeah. But they had on that day so many of these that when they reached the party, the open bar kind of overwhelmed them. And just after 1 or 2 drinks at the bar, they were already done. So after 30 minutes,
Are you
Reza
feeling
was-
okay? 1 or 2 drinks. The one thing about going there with a running start was that we were in a bloody good mood. Everyone's in a bloody good mood, right?
right.
He's disappeared, right?
That's okay.
And secondly, this was a 6-hour event, maybe 7-hour event, and so it just perpetuated. It just went on and on. There was no stage of that event where anyone was particularly sober. I guess Mr. Patel was sober, but Mr. Patel had to remain sober.
Well, it's his
his family
party,
were
so
there.
yeah, he's the
It's
host.
his party, and where's Usman gone? Is he
Right
fucked
there.
up again?
Neymat's here. I'm listening to everything you say, my love. Go on.
No, so no, you know what? It must have been a good party because till still 2 years later, still talking about it, and we're
I am
wondering.
not gonna name someone. I'm gonna tell you the level of the pot. I'm not gonna name someone, but I can tell you, I received a video message on that day from someone recorded by another friend, sent to me on WhatsApp.
Well,
Then,
still speaking.
wait. And that person was like, Usman, you should have been here. We've been missing you, this and that. And I could actually see that the person was like almost half drunk or more than drunk. And as per my information, the person was trying to find where his wife is. So, and this was just like 2 hours into the party. So I know the party was a real success. That's why I'm waiting for the 35th one to happen. And hopefully I'll be there to attend it in person. AJ, that was from me.
Unfortunately, because I've clearly been blacklisted from these events. It's going to be very hard for me. Basically, what's going to happen is AJ is going to say, "Don't let him in. Don't do a sobriety test first. They're going to blow into our bag.
You know
then
what
let him in. Maybe."
You know what was the conversation happening there? Rekha was like, "How did you have this?" I showed her the picture of the Oliva, and I said, "How do you have?" I was like, "I have all of them." And then I was like, "How?" I was like, "There was a drunk friend of mine who actually who was handed over a bag for me also, which was by another friend, and he decided to leave it there, and then went next day to collect it for me. That's how I have everything here with me." And she was like, "Next time you're gonna put in very strong controls." And before I could have said, AJ said he would fly in this time just to ensure that he gets everything. And I was like, "Yes, of course, why not?" So I'm looking forward to that 35th party.
Ain't no party like a West Coast party.
Of course.
Now, is Urs going to try to come back and join, or is he working on his technical difficulties?
There is someone else hopefully joining in too, boys.
All right. I mean, all the boys and girls said they were going to join. We're doing the
A
first
bit fucking
first
late.
time.
The show's almost over.
That's okay. But if Urs comes on, then we'll go for a while because, as AJ said, look at this collection in the background, and he will tell us tons of things. But I think he was having some technical difficulties. Hopefully, he'll join. If not this week, next week.
Yeah. There is most likely someone also. I hope, because I got the message. Is it almost over? I was like, no, join. So let's see. I don't know
if they've seen the show, that how structured we are. So we do the show until we're done, and that's it. So whether it goes an hour or 7 hours, we don't care. This is the first time we're letting fans come on the show. Urs came on for a brief hello, and we saw his background. Hopefully, he'll come back and tell us about it. And then we have other people.
How come Mr.
Patel?
Yes. AJ, see, everyone's asking this question. Next time we have to actually find and align a day and time with you. So, and what we're going to do is, because these days Reza has conveniently started not to smoke with us in the name of I have to go and smoke 2 cigars, 3 cigars, meh. Next time he should actually go to number 6, sit with you, and join it from there.
Well, you say these things, it trips off your mouth very easily, but there's a certain etiquette to smoking in very classy places, such as number 6 Cavendish.
Ruben says, I never smoke at 8 a.m.
This is number 6 Cavendish. I find that it would be slightly crass to smoke at number 6 Cavendish because at that moment in time, it is about the cigar and the ambiance.
There we go.
The service, the fraternity, the conviviality. It's about that first. Being on a show would be a little bit crass at that point, which is why I'm sitting at home having this conversation with you.
Time, Stephen, next time if he joins from TomTom or anywhere else, we need to throw him out of the window. Something. Yeah, please remember, we are gonna throw him out of the show.
Now, just to let you know, Ruben, our Puerto Rican friend that's not Jewish, Ruben,
that's exactly what I was referring to.
And here we go. And here is.
Let's try.
There you go.
Finally, you can hear us. We can hear you very clearly.
And then look at the collection behind.
So it's better.
Much better.
It is much better.
So look at. Would you want to tell everybody what you have?
How are you, Urs?
I'm fine, thanks. And I want to show something to Reza.
Let's see it.
I'm fine. Look,
Hang on, stay there. Snappity snap.
Oh, that's
yeah,
awesome.
Put me back
But
on.
this
Let's,
one
let's,
is open. This
go on,
one is
go on.
open and red, unlike Reza's.
mine is signed.
Oh!
From AJ Patel. No, from whom? From whom? Who signed it?
Who signed
Urs.
it? Who signed your book, Urs?
No, it's from Amir Saroni signed from Amir,
Oh yes,
and I have also an original pact.
Hmm.
That's awesome.
Right. Okay. So people who don't know Urs,
Please tell.
before we would request Urs to introduce himself. But before that, the coolest of the wedding rings I have ever seen
Thank you.
are. Fuck off, Reza. Urs,
Yeah.
can we see your wedding
Yes,
ring? Can we see
Yeah.
your wedding ring?
Yeah, he's got like a Behike ring or something like that.
No, that's
Oh,
it.
edition limitada. Very nice.
2015. Yes, that's perfect.
Very nice.
So this
Cool
is
cat.
yeah, amazing. So this
This is from
yeah, it comes.
Right. Or I like Urs.
Wait.
Urs just has like 12 million cigar boxes. He's just gonna pull something out. Like, yeah, it's no big deal.
Ace
So-
Upman Magnum 56 is coming out, gentlemen and ladies. Mm.
The
Here we
fuck
go.
is this? The Cabo 50.
No, 25.
Here we go.
Mag
this
56.
is my wedding cigar.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Very good. Very good.
Oh, I love those. Those are
Magnum
great
56.
cigars. Yeah, love those.
This is an absolutely amazing cigar. One of my
It is.
favorite cigars in the limited editions. And the fun part, we were having this conversation. What is your favorite cigar? What is your favorite cigar? And I said Magnum 56. AJ was sitting right next to me. And here comes the cigar like this
Fucking
one.
hell,
There
that
you
looks nice and oily.
It is
Yeah.
such an amazing cigar. You can't go
Oh,
wrong.
hang on,
with
I like the pose. Keep that pose, Urs.
He's gonna
keep
take
the
a picture
pose.
as-
That's a good pose.
Yes, I look for a
delete.
nicer one.
it.
Yeah, if you're gonna take a
So
picture,
you-
he's gonna finally
Good
get the
problem
picture.
to have.
More dark.
There you go.
Hang on. Let me take a
Yeah.
photo. Got it.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's a beautiful cigar. I've had those. I love those cigars. That's a beautiful
This
smoke.
is absolutely.
But-
I would just like to mention the person who got me into retrohaling big time, because I can't smoke a cigar without retrohaling from start to finish, is AJ Patel. I wonder if he's listening to the show. That cigar, imagine all the way through. My God, you'd just be on an oil high.
And you know, so I was telling, so AJ was sitting right next to me. We were at Almar Cigar Club in Havana, having our conversation, all of us. What is your favorite cigar? What is your favorite cigar? And I said, there was a friend of ours, Khalifa, Nomad Cigars on Insta. He said, I know yours, you don't tell. And Rekha said, which one? And she said, no, I know. I was like, his and AJ's is the same. So AJ looked at me and asked me, what cigar? And I said, hey, Chapman Magnum 56. He looked towards Rekha, went into his coat pocket. I was like, what happened? And he's like, have it. I was like, no, it was just, he's like, it's your favorite. It's in my pocket. It's your lucky day. Have it. So I have that
Nice.
cigar and I'm keeping it, AJ. I have put a band on it specifically to ensure that the stick that you gave me, I have it. We're going to smoke it together next time we meet up.
God.
Very nice.
God.
So, Urs, would you like to tell everybody a little bit about your cigar collection? Because I know from the HERF, you like that's just probably like a tenth of what you have. So, is there anything you'd like to show other than
Millions.
the magnums?
This behind me
Yes.
are my 3 cabinets. And this is mostly aged stuff.
Okay.
Means 10 years plus. You see the boxes on
The top.
the top. This is work done.
Wow.
But yeah, they are not all boxes because I give the boxes most times away.
Ah.
And yeah, my collectibles, the most collectibles I have in warehouses, distributed in some warehouses. It has to do with my insurance because they only accept a specific amount per location, because this is not a business insurance, it's a private insurance for a private household. And so when I said first I want to insure my cigars, this amount, they were thinking I'm crazy. And I said, no, this you have to have a business insurance. And I've said, no, I don't want to do any business insurance. And so they asked to the headquarter, and at the end I got my insurance, but you have to split it over locations. And the prices from Cuban cigars are rising and rising and rising and rising. And to be compliant, I have to rent more space.
Wow.
And you see there is always a relation between how much you will spend for storing your cigars. You have to spend electricity for the clima. You have to spend for the humidification and camera system, control system, monitoring systems, and each new room needs an internet connection, and so I have to smoke more. That's
to build a
solution,
bit like
and I cannot do it alone. So I come from time to time to cigar places like London, and then I smoke with my friends together.
And you sometimes smoke with Reza too.
Yeah. You need to visit Stephen. Stephen's very far out. There's no smokers anywhere near him other than Kirby Allison.
Kirby's 3 hours away. Let's not get carried away.
Okay.
But there you go.
But unfortunately, I don't travel to the US.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't travel to the US.
I don't want to be deported or something
Yeah,
like this. So I meet my friends in London the most times.
Now, really quick before this slides by and all the chat that's going on, AJ says to you, Usman, smoke it. He'll give you another one.
Well, another slap on the back.
Wait. AJ, you think I will smoke it because I don't know that you will give me a new one only when I smoke it? I know that.
He didn't mean it literally. He was just encouraging you to smoke it.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
It was sort of like just a nicety to say, go ahead, smoke it.
So
this is my smoke today.
What are you going to be smoking today?
I wrote to Usman. I have Hoyo de Monterrey, Epicure number 2.
Okay.
2012.
And yes, I was lying to you. It was a little bit understatement. 2012. It's 2011.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's awesome.
June 2011.
And could you tell everybody, I mean, for the people that are watching and that will watch the rebroadcast later, you are truly an aficionado, because I've heard you speak outside of this when we've done the HERF. Can you tell everybody how you got into cigar collecting and how you got into cigars? Because I think for some of the viewers that are just starting, it may be an interesting story for them.
Yes. I had my first cigar with my dad in the age of 18, just when it was legal.
Okay.
My dad said to me, my son, you have to smoke a cigar with your dad. This is a ritual, and like Indians with the peace pipe
Right.
or something like this. And so I smoked this first cigar, La Gloria Cubana Medidor number 2 with him. I've never smoked cigars before, and so I don't know how to smoke it. And I smoked very fast, and the nicotine, I felt the nicotine. It was really, I got cold sweat and shaking, vibrating, and I had to go outside to the balcony and take huge breath of fresh air. And so I learned to smoke in a rhythm, which is good for you and the cigar. You have to find your rhythm. And yeah, this was really, really nice. And every year at the 21st of October, I smoke one of a Médaille d'Or number 2.
Nice.
Just
nice.
to remember my dad. And yeah, that's a ritual. Cigars are a ritual for me also.
Yes.
As you see here, my wedding ring, wedding cigar, the cigar from my dad.
Right.
And then I smoked with friends from time to time cigars. And yeah, it was fun.
How'd you start to get into collecting them? Because at some point you went from 18 and not sweating and Technicolor yawning to where did you get into the point where you said, you know what, I'm going to start just kind of buying some boxes and like have this collection in 47 locations around Switzerland. How did you get into that? How did you start getting into collecting them? And
it was like to say by accident. Yeah, you begin to buy one box. First, I had a humidor, normal tabletop humidor. And so I had my single sticks, and then the cigar boxes are looking so nice, and the vistas on it. And as a child, I was always fascinated about all these pictures on the cigar boxes.
Right.
And so I bought my first boxes, and then with these came the question how to store them correctly. So I bought first a cabinet, then they get more and more boxes, and I bought also a cooling system, like Racing Humidor or like these brands.
Right.
And yeah, at the
Very
beginning, always I had large space in these cabinets. And you know, if there is much space, it doesn't look very good. So you have to do something against this. And I bought this box. Oh, this box looks nice. And yeah, this is a good cigar. And I buy 2 boxes. And so, yeah, it's I sunk into the cigars, more and more cigars. And with the year 2000, the Millennium Jars arrived.
Right.
And I saw these Millennium Jars and say, wow, so cool, a jar. I never seen this. And I bought this jar.
wasn't born then.
3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I bought 3 of these, Monte Cristo, Guava, Cohiba.
Right.
And as I was also collecting wine, and let's say when I like a wine or like a cigar, I want to have some boxes, not only for me, also to share with friends.
Right.
Because I want to show them or share, look, it's fantastic, taste it, it's so good. And so, yeah, I was traveling through Switzerland and collected as many jars I could have. At the end, there were 8 jars from each.
Wow.
And then with this year 2000, the collectibles from Habanos SA just really started. Afterwards, they came the Edición Limitada.
Yes.
The Partagas Pyramides or the Monte Cristo, and later you're the Monterey Particulares, etc., etc. And every time when my cigar seller said, Mr. Alder, there is something limited here and it's very good. Okay, give it to me. I tried it with my best friend, and my best friend was also a cigar smoker. He's a cigar smoker. So meanwhile, we can have a huge load of nicotine without any consequences. But these Partagas, when we have done an arrivage and smoked them first together, we were both shaking, cold sweat, vibrating. Whoa! And it was so oily and so crazy good. So I bought what I could. And this was a behavior which, this was a behavior for me, buy as much as you can, because when you cannot smoke it, or later on you find, the cigar have not a tasting profile for me personally, then you can sell it, you can give it away as a present, whatever. And that's my philosophy. And also you can do exchange, because when you are doing collecting and you want to have a full line, for example, the Humidors Antiguo, which has started with Partagas, or the books, the Habanos books, which has started in 2001 with Guava. You want a full line of them, maybe, as a collector, and sometimes you have missed something, and then you have a hole in the line, and in the years you find someone who has this piece, and you say, oh, I don't have it, I would buy it from you, what's the price? And he says, money doesn't matter, I don't sell these
Sounds
cigars.
like AJ.
But maybe he is searching for something special. And so if you have some jokers, then you can pull your card and I have something for you. Would you change? And with this, you have the possibility. This happened with the Humidor Antiguo line. I have missed the Partagas, the first one. And the guy would have Ramon Alones Imperiales from 2012, I think. And so we have done a change, and I had a full line and he had what he wanted, and so it's perfect for me.
And now,
And for
if I may, we have two
win-win.
questions.
And our Joker is also joined.
Our Joker is joining us. We have two questions really quick. One is from Nadar. He wants to know, how often do you check your cigars in the warehouse? And my question is, on top of that, do you know how many I don't want to say cigars, how many sticks you have, but how many boxes you have, or how many cigars you have in your total collection?
That's a problem. There are some thousands. The problem was, when I was in business, I had a business phase which I was very engaged and was traveling a lot around the world. And I had no time to do inventory. I'm not an accountant. I'm a system engineer. And so, I put all these boxes into containers, in aluminum containers. And I was beginning to do a good inventory, but it needs time, let's say. These are some thousand boxes.
Wow, that's very cool.
5,000 or so, and many humidors, these special humidors and books, and I have an Instagram channel. You can see there some of the pictures.
Tell everybody what it is.
They are towers. USA.cigar.land.
There you go. And it's right there on the bottom and on the corner of his screen. That's awesome. That is awesome.
So,
thousands.
Now, I forget to smoke the cigar.
Okay. So Nader is asking a question. How often do you go and check your cigars at the warehouses?
Not that very often. I have monitoring. I have a monitoring systems.
Gotcha.
In each box.
Sounds ominous. I have monitoring systems.
It's got security guards and a German Shepherd.
He's an IT guy. He has figured it out. I don't need to go anywhere.
You see this?
Yes.
This is a sensor, an IoT sensor, Internet of Things sensor. LoRaWAN, which means it's a very low bandwidth, but a huge distance
Yes.
far
Okay.
far
Like
more
long-wave
than a
radio.
Wi-Fi hotspot. And I have in each humidor.
I've been
In
seeing
each.
those increasingly in London humidors. I think Urs has been
Ah, yeah,
leaving
really?
one behind everywhere. There's one in number 6 somewhere, one hidden in
Yeah,
Tom Tom, one hidden
yeah,
other places that were mentioned.
yeah. Important for me was that it's scalable. This is professional stuff, like
Right.
used in the industry, and they have most. One point is it has to be scalable into infinity, and you can buy such a sensor for $30. It lasts 10 years.
Wow.
After
Wow.
10 years, you throw it away and buy a new one, replace it.
Right.
Because also the electronic, the sensors itself are aging. And so the precision is shaking, and yeah. And each container has also such a sensor. And then
Very
I have a
nice.
dashboard via Tago.io, and then you can see which temperature you have, which humidity you have, and you get an alert if something is wrong, and then I can react. And the control of the cigars are done with Instagram posts.
Oh, wow.
Every time when I open these boxes and I sort the boxes, then I do a nice picture of
Post.
them after controlling, and then I
I
do
didn't
a
quite understand
post.
that. Now I'll look it up.
Yeah, and you've seen I have posted some long time nothing in Instagram. Long time means 1-2 months.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit lazy, and you know, family. My mom had a stroke, and so I
Sorry to hear that.
had
Sorry to
to
hear that.
had another focus at the moment. Yeah,
Mhm.
but it's all good. She
Sie müssen
can
posten.
go. Yeah, yeah. She can go home at the 3rd of July.
Well, very good.
So
Very
I
good.
hope I will post more after this, and yeah,
Well, good health to her.
Yes,
I will.
absolutely.
I will
And
send.
and we have another question. It says, why USA Cigar Land? What's it say? Stand for what, if I may ask? Yes, of course you can ask. So why USA Cigar Land?
Yeah,
The story
Yeah.
again. The story again.
there are two. It's built from two things.
They're Urs's
USA
initials.
USA first is this is the initials of my name. Urs
There you go.
Stefan
Told you,
Alder.
told
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
told
Steven.
you.
Steven is my middle
Ruben,
name.
get on the show.
Oh,
Show us
there you
your
go.
lighter. Get on the show.
Let's get a close up of.
There we go. You
There
see
you go.
that's a very
this
good.
is-
That's a beautiful lighter. And oh, there you go. And Ruben, if he comes on, has just bought the most beautiful lighter I've ever seen. You got to see it if he comes on.
Well, send him the link so he can come
Okay.
on there, Reza.
I sent
don't
him the
know how
link.
to.
Okay, never mind.
I did send him.
So the USA is your name, and then cigar. So it has nothing to do then with whatever. It's just
and
your initials and land.
yeah, and Cigarland.
Right.
Sorry, Cigarland was my blog.
Okay.
And it's still my blog. This is a normal domain name, Cigarland, and
Right.
When they have done new top-level domains, published new top-level domains, there
Right.
was a time when land appeared, and I was searching Cigar, and I was wondering, oh, it's free, Cigarland, and it's not a premium domain where you pay 1,000, 2,000 or crazy more dollars, and I got it for $30.
Okay.
Not as expensive
I
as
have
Cigar
it.
Guy PK.
Well, and just to let everybody know,
Or cigar
for people
dumpling
that
cakes.
yours has about 2,000 people following him, and if you look at what he's got going on, he's got tons of pictures, and I do see a lot of your stuff constantly.
Yeah, this is
So there you
not
go.
only
This
my
is
stuff.
live social
Mhm.
mediaing. Live
Um,
social mediating.
yeah,
No, no,
this
no,
is
no,
not
no.
only my stuff.
Right?
There are some friends which are also sharing the posts, and
But if you've
so
got
I
friends that don't
accept
have any
them.
friends.
And yeah,
Yeah,
And
we have a
you
few.
have to go a little bit backwards, and you see when it's USA Cigarland, it's mine.
Okay.
But there is also a good friend of mine, Victor,
Yes.
from Cigarlands.
right.
He's also in Switzerland. This is a nice coincidence. And
Switzerland,
yeah.
Switzer cigar lands.
Well, he has the market on cigars, so if he's got that many boxes, so he's just at
Yeah.
some point he'll he'll open a store. No, I'm just kidding. So
Yeah,
he'll be
yeah, he will open a store, I think.
No, I'm talking about you. You have 5,000 boxes. You have
No,
more than most
no,
cigar
no, no.
stores. What are you kidding? No, I'm
I'm
just
out.
kidding.
I'm
No,
out
no.
of
There's
business.
a reason. There's a
Huh?
reason I like or more because he's into smoking cigars and collecting them, not selling.
Correct.
So he's clear. So it's nothing to do with selling. It's about what side you're on. You're clear,
Yep.
and then you build. So that's the fun part.
I sell some cigars. That's not
I know.
because I cannot smoke them all. It's impossible.
Yeah.
And I exchange them. I sell some, not all. And yeah,
That's
but
awesome.
I'm a privatier or distinguished gentleman or something like this.
Yeah.
So I enjoy my life and smoke my cigars, have good discussions, and yeah, nice meetings like spontaneous meetings like this one.
There you go. It's like a Saturday morning or a Saturday afternoon, depending on where you are, Herf. And unfortunately, Ruben says he doesn't get up before 8. Ruben, I have to start this at 6:30 with Scotch and cigars. So I have to get up way before 8 o'clock to do the show. So, and I'm not complaining, by the way. But no, it's great. And the education that the show brings to people,
Wow.
especially with someone like yours and Yves and Lisman, and then there's Reza and I, is totally phenomenal. So that I think the fans will totally enjoy hearing your stories
Absolutely.
and see stuff. And so we know the H. Upman 56 is like your pride and joy. Like if you had to name your top 3, and that being number 1, what would be 2 and 3? Cigars. What would be like if someone says, I'm going to start collecting and buying, would you, and they start with the H. Upman 56, the Magnum, what would be the second and third you would tell them to start with?
Yeah, not really.
Okay.
I would say my favorite cigar is H. Upman Sir Winston.
Okay.
Na parte das Lusitanias, Gran Reserva, cosecha 2007.
That's AJ's favorite cigar.
Yeah, no. We are doing a race who get a higher tower.
My favorite cigar is a very well placed Mirafell. Very well placed Mirafell.
It's what?
Stephen, can you please throw him out? Stephen, can you please throw him out of the show?
Can I kick him out? Yes, I can.
He's just gone high on coke today. Just
Yes, I
throw him
see
out of the
A Marifel. Yes, I heard that. I was just trying to ignore that and let it pass. So that's all. So now you still buy and you still collect. So are you collecting your cigars as you travel, or do you use the online, or how are you now collecting your cigars as you travel? You go to London, you go to wherever, and you go, oh, I don't have that, or I want that, or do you not collecting anymore because you have so many?
I do not collecting anymore.
Gotcha.
I buy from time to time some cigars. Let's
Okay.
say I bought Ramon Alones Absolutos 2024. This was the last one.
Okay.
It's because I have visited the lounge in Basel, Switzerland with Victor. He has invited me.
Right.
And it was a very nice evening. And just for remember to the evening, I buy these cigars. And it's a very good cigar.
Right.
Many cigars which I don't buy are very, very good, but
They're
it
good.
doesn't make any sense when you have thousands of boxes.
I was just gonna say,
And
yeah. When people say you
also-
have boxes, yeah.
and also, yeah, you heard the problem. To be compliant with the insurance, you have
Oh,
to
true.
rent more rooms. It doesn't make sense.
No.
I hope
And-
sometime
and
I can put all together. Maybe I have to change the insurance. I have to investigate this. And
Yeah.
this would be the best when I would have a walk-in humidor, a small one. And yeah,
Very nice.
we
So
will
there's
see
two comments. One
what future
from
tells.
Nadar. Nadar says you should be calling yourself Cigar Heaven, actually, not Land. I kind of agree with that. The other one is Ruben, our friend from Miami, is asking if you want to
Ruben.
call us again. He says, Ruben is saying, ask yours where his other half is from. I'm assuming he's referring to
Cuba.
your.
Cuba.
So, yeah, I
Cuba.
figured as much. That's why he wanted
Well,
us
just
to.
like Ruben. Ruben's other half is Cuban as well. I did ask Ruben to come on. I sent him the link, but he's being a little bit shy. He's probably sitting there in his underpants in Miami having a midday.
Well, that's okay.
smoke.
That's a different show. We can do that show as well. So we're good with that. So.
He's just gotten up, man. Leave him. Let him have his first morning
This is
coffee.
maybe he's having his sort of his breakfast moment right now, watching us for
Mhm.
this connection
Mhm.
around the world.
That's very true.
Yep.
It's all private herf and once again, for the fans that are joining or the fans that don't know, this is for a lot of people, you don't get to speak to yours. Like I met him on the Cigar Keep herf, and I've met him there for several times. And I'm
Thanks for
always in
plugging that
awe
one.
when I'm here for you. I'm always in awe when he speaks about his cigar collection because I know
I'm
he's
just
got,
generally in awe.
well, as you should be, because where you are. But
You're
no,
you.
it's you. But you don't know, yours is every time he says, I'm always fascinated because of his collection, because of what he
Mhm.
smokes. And Usman is very knowledgeable, and Usman, we love him, but I think Usman just have a little more knowledge when it comes
No.
to cigars.
No. I have maybe more cigars,
Yeah.
but
And knowledge. And
the,
knowledge.
the amount of cigars has nothing to do with knowledge.
Mhm.
Sometimes you see it when you visit the store.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, but if you ever get a chance, that's why you go and you meet people and you get involved with cigars, because you meet
Yeah.
interesting people that can tell you the history, the stories. Hence what our show tries to do with all its craziness. We definitely like to do this, but yes, we love it. Oh, and Usman, Ruben sent you a video link. I'm not sure what he sent. So there you go. Of his lighter.
Okay,
Okay.
I will send you the video.
It's a stunning
that's
lighter.
of the
Can I describe it since Ruben won't come on here?
And I'll
It's
put
sort
it
of
on the
very-
channel later.
It's
Sure.
it's basically an ST Dupont Ligne 2. It's been reconditioned. It's got the rabbit flame, double flame. It's a very dark brown with gold edging, and it's got gold speckle on it. And it looks, I'll be honest with you, it looks stunning. Absolutely stunning. Haven't seen a lighter like that for a long time. Ruben, well done. Shout out to what was the name of that store that did the refurbishment for you in New York? They're following me now. I don't know what the hell it is. I can't remember. what it is.
Do not talk about it at all. there's this, like, you know what? I have come to a conclusion now
Here we
that
go.
if you want to share things with your friends and tell them so that they can go, tell them in private, not on this kind of public forum.
Yeah.
Because what happens after
Well, no
that
one's
is
really listening.
either-
No one's really
no.
listening.
Either
So
it will go out of stock, or the pricing will go so high that you will never be able to afford it. That is exactly why whenever somebody is talking about,
but he got it at a very reasonable price. I think it should be priced 3 times the amount. What's the name of that place? It's in New York. It's on off
place?
Fifth Avenue somewhere.
It's no different than when Usman, or I'm sorry, when Usman or Reza now when yours talks about, I'm sure the Magnum 56H Upmans will be selling out in London, as well as
I'll be honest with you, that's
Gloria
stuck in my
Cubana.
brain now, the 56.
I know, that's stuck in my brain too. I'm going to have to make a phone call.
Stephen, the problem is Magnum 56 is already at a pricing right now that if you're just a cigar smoker and a very kind of humble kind of a collector just for your own sake, you don't really want to spend that kind of a money. They've already gone that high. One, because it is a phenomenal cigar. Two, it is almost 10 years already. So as per the new Habanos category of vintage, which a lot of us don't subscribe to, 10 years, they've started calling it as vintage. So technically from that angle, it is already in their vintage category, right? So it is 10 years old. And it was in a recent limitada, which was a very special cigar in any case. If I'm not wrong, last year a friend of mine got a box of it from a private collector, not from the auction, from a private collector where he got them slightly cheap. So it costed him somewhere around $125 a stick. Right now, earlier this year, he checked for another friend. The minimum cost, the minimum quote he got was $180 to $200. Again, with that kind of thing, you're not sure how the conditioning have been. So if you want to get it from the right places where you know the cigar has been kept right, because it's been 10 years now, right? So it's not going to cost you anything less than $200 to $250 at least. So it is already, and if even if I'm not wrong, the jars of the regular, like the travel humidor jar series that they created for Magnum 56 with 20 cigars in a jar, which were launched in 2020, right after COVID, or right during the COVID. At that time, the jar was introduced at $1,000 at duty free. And then I saw at a few duty frees in Europe, it was around $1,500 a couple of years ago. So we are already talking of this cigar to be more than $150 even in the regular production.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
But I bought a couple of those, and they are good smoke. And I bought them from people that we know that is not on the show, but we've smoked their stuff. So yeah, so I enjoy it. And also, just to let you know where Ruben got his lighter, he got it from Art Brown International. It's in the New York City Diamond District, where all my people are. And Ruben, who says he's not Jewish, I have my doubts. So there you go.
Ruben, I don't like you anymore. I said do not tell everyone so that we can find something as well. But no, I understand. And I saw that they have some really nice collection of vintage lighters. But gentlemen, I think we've gone way past our time today. And we know Reza was already scratching his head to get out of this window almost when he started, because he had to go and smoke since we're not the cool people he smokes with anymore. So I think let's allow him to go. But the best part is AJ joining, Ruben joining, and the most important, Urs actually.
The best part, AJ is joining, Ruben and Urs is joining. What about me?
We just said you. We mentioned you first.
You're a permanent fixture of the house.
Part. Almost like it's a competition.
My friend,
you know, it's like with employees. When you are new, are interesting. When you are old, you are inventory of the company.
That's what I said to him. He's an old furniture. Just say where he is.
Well, yours, thank you so much. And for everybody that wants to follow yours, his Instagram tag is there. If you can't figure any of it out,
USA.
That's right. That's right there. There it is. And I've just started to follow him on Instagram. So that's why I was showing his Instagram page. I did it while we were doing it live. And for anybody who wants to join next week, please let Usman know. And Eurus, I'm just going to give it all to Usman. And Eurus, my friend, you can come anytime you want. It's always a pleasure to see you and have your knowledge. And to AJ and to Ruben and everybody that wants to come on, you guys are always welcome as well. Okay, the Puerto Rican non-Jew. Yeah, I got it. And AJ said it was a pleasure. Yours was good listening to and hear your stories. Yes. And next week, hopefully, either yours will be back or AJ or Ruben, and we'll have stories from them. And once again, thank you to all the fans. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and we will see everybody next week. And that's it, kids. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everybody. That was a good one.
Thank God that's over.